Hi folks, it's Nikki Nicole, and welcome to my January AMA video. Now, I'm thinking of doing some different things with the monthly videos. It may not be an AMA every month now, but we may be looking at things like tutorials, say like for a voice tutorial, or for other things, vlogs, reviews, that kind of thing, just to sort of get some different stuff going on this channel. And I hope you enjoy that. Anyway, let's get to the questions for January. Do you have a preference between tights and stockings? What brands do you like? I'm really sorry to disappoint you, but I don't think I've ever looked at what kind of brand my stockings or tights are. I just go online, get a nice cheap pair for £2 or £3 and keep going. My preference between tights and stockings is whichever goes with the outfit I'm with. Often I wear tights when I'm wearing, of course, when I'm wearing like hip pads or, you know, bum pads, that kind of thing. Also helps to smooth out any lines between like a corset, that kind of thing. Stockings I like to wear when I was camming. I used to wear stockings all the time. Love them. Very, very sexy things. So I guess stockings I prefer to wear, but I'm happy going with nothing at all, or just whatever works with the outfit. I think about like outfits in like a complete way. Like I don't have like a big, like I know a lot of people have a thing for like tights and hosiery and things like that, and I just don't. So it's very much thinking about the entire effect. Will you be doing anything in the future where people can interact with you live? Well, if you keep having a look on the channel, you'll see that I'm starting to do monthly YouTube Hangout streams. Those are usually on the third week of the month, sort of. They're almost always going to be like a Friday night or a Saturday night, maybe. I don't know. But almost always like that. So keep an eye, sub to the channel, subscribe, etc. to the YouTube channel, and keep up with me on social media, and you'll get to know exactly when they're happening. I love your style and diversity regarding different looks and outfits. Would you consider doing some kind of online tutorial about the process? Well, going back to what I said earlier on, I realised that having just like an AMA every month is going to get kind of boring. So for you guys and for me, depending on how many questions I get, whether I get enough questions, asking the same questions over and over again. So I really want to get some diversity here by first doing a voice tutorial. We're going to do a voice tutorial. Another idea I have is for doing drag on the cheap, which is what I do very much. So I do very much do drag on the cheap, as cheaply as possible. And just various other bits and pieces, tutorials, vlogs, that kind of thing. So yes, tutorials are coming. Can you tell us about your first ever time out dressed in public? Well, first time I ever went out was in Brighton about 10 years ago, maybe like a year or so into, I'd been dressing for maybe a year or so, and it was to a gay bar in Brighton called Legends. And luckily a friend of mine had a friend who lived not far away from it, so it was a short walk. And I had a very bad wig, one of the first wigs I ever bought, very, very bad wig. A sort of like brown, sort of like bobby shoulder length kind of number, which really didn't work for me. I didn't really know what I was doing with makeup, not compared to now, but I didn't look terrible. I wore a weird blue shiny like 60s type mini dress that my girlfriend had lent me, and I wore some tights, not very thick tights, and I did not shave my legs at that time, so it took me quite a while to really get into shaving my legs. So I looked pretty bad. I don't have any photos to show you, luckily for me, but I don't think anybody's proud of their first or second times, really, are they? But I remember vividly, it was a summer night, and walking out the door was a tricky part. but when I did walk out the door, it was just, and feeling the warm summer night air on my tights, and just that freedom of being outside and that excitement was wonderful. And I hope anybody else out there, no matter how good or bad you look, just get out there and enjoy yourself. Which brand breastplate is that, and are you happy with it? My breastplate is from a website called boobsshop.com. I will put that along the bottom here and flash that up. And it's their largest, their F size, and it's pretty good. I'm happy with it. It's the only breastplate I've ever owned, so I don't have anything to compare it to right now. Sometimes I feel like I'd like a smaller one because that would be easier to. I feel like the design of the F, at least the one I have, it could be a little bit better. It does leave a lot of weight sort of hanging around your neck, and if you try and like prop that up with a bra or so, it starts to ripple and things, and you have to it's very high maintenance. I think most breastplates are quite high maintenance, because as soon as you sit down or you like hunch over or anything like that, or bend over, then they start rippling and coming away from your body, that kind of thing. So I would say it takes a little bit of work. I wouldn't go out in it. Purely from like a comfort standpoint, it would be really fun to have that what's the word, pulchritude? Something like that. Have that projection, have that cleavage. I would love to go to a club and do that. I might do it one time, but I don't think I could handle the unless I got very drunk. I don't think I could really handle the whole deal, and all the maintenance and things when I'm out and about. But they are fun. They're very fun. I do enjoy them, and I really enjoy the look they give me in photos. I think it's given me like a whole new lease on life and dressing ever since, and ever since I started dressing, I've been thinking about having big boobs. So having the option to have a large pair of breasts and a nice cleavage is definitely something that I really enjoy. I may buy a smaller one at some point. I may buy the D size, but for the price, it's really good, especially considering how expensive chest plates can be. I think it's definitely a fantastic option for any discerning drag queen or crossdresser. Do you ever feel like being Nikki forever? Do you feel more comfortable /yourself/free as Nikki? This is a big question. This is if this feels like an "Are you trans?" question, and I would say I don't know. No, it's very tricky. Given the choice, if I could live as a woman, and somebody snap their fingers, wave the magic wand, and I could then live as a woman, I would do it straight up. But I don't need it. I'm happy. For all intents and purposes, I am a woman right now. That's how I feel about it. Do I ever feel more comfortable, yourself, or free as Nikki? It's really tricky. I enjoy being creative. I enjoy a creative process. I enjoy getting dreamy. I enjoy being in a situation where I have to improvise and make something interesting. So I definitely feel more comfortable and free and myself as Nikki, but that's also because I've spent a long time living that character in and being that person and finding new avenues and really being quite explorative with it. So I guess in a way I do, because it allows me to be more creative than I am as a boy, and I definitely feel like I've been able to build a persona that I like and enjoy to be, that I haven't done with my male side. So I'd say yes, tentatively, again. But do I ever feel like being Nikki forever? I don't know. I'd have to handle getting old. That would suck. I know guys have well, I'm not saying speaking for everybody. I know guys have a generally better time of getting older. But you know, we'll see what life brings. If I ever have the opportunity to live, even like 70-20 Nikki, or 70-30 Nikki, boy, or 80-20 that way, I would probably take it and see where it goes. I definitely feel like I am doing that with all the content I'm making now and all the things I'm doing, the photo shoots and the Patreon and the YouTube and the streaming. I'm spending a hell of a lot more time living the life of Nikki, even without dressing it up all the time. So it's about it, I guess. How and when did you realise that you were Nikki or wanted to cross-dress as Nikki? I cannot remember really the first time. I used to be fascinated with dresses and fur coats when I was very young. Didn't play with Barbies, didn't think about anything else, but I just really enjoyed the idea of wearing a nice big poofy dress with petticoats and a fur coat, and that's what I thought about. And gradually that transformed into wanting to present as femininely as I possibly could, and it just sort of went from there, really. I didn't start dressing till I was about 23. I think I've answered this before, but I didn't start dressing until I was about 23, when I had a place I literally had a place of my own. And I had a girlfriend who understood, you know, who wanted to support me in that as well. So it was a really good time to start. It feels very late, but at that point I had almost done like 50% of the work on who Nikki was going to be in my head. Looking at women in TV shows and in real life and things, people that I admired and wanted to take like little bits from, like how they walked or how they talked, and I still do that. I still pick up like little idiosyncrasies from things I see, and I go, I like that, I enjoy that, I want to do that. So I can say it was a very gradual process, starting just being like being not obsessed, but being attracted to things like Disney princesses and things like that, like Little Mermaid and Belle from Beauty and the Beast were my Disney princesses that I wanted to be. And eventually I'll get some outfits and do looks like that, but we'll see. If dressing up alters your personality, would you say it changes your sexual preferences too? I would say no. I don't think I would. I class myself as pansexual, which means to me it means that I love people. I'm attracted to people, and so that could be a guy. I could be attracted to a guy because it's a pretty guy, or a guy that looks good as a girl. I could be attracted to a guy who I feel is protective over me. I'm attracted to women who are beautiful. I'm attracted to women who are strong. It's very much. I tend to not single out, but I tend to be attracted to traits in people rather than anything else. I would say I'm sort of 60-40 more into women, but you know, to me, I just see what turns up and I enjoy it. And I try and meet everything and everyone with a similar sense of curiosity and not having any expectations of myself either. Are there any video game femmes you would like to cosplay as, like Lara Croft, and would you ever get one of those head-to-toe bodysuits? Video game femmes, yes, Lara Croft, that will come at some point, because that's something I can do relatively easily and cheaply, and get some nice butt pads and use the big boobs, obviously, and that kind of thing. So that would be a fun one to do. Maybe getting a nice, very long brown wig and braiding it up might be interesting. But I mean, I like to try and pick outfits that have a small challenge in them. So, you know, maybe. The other one, one of my favourite games is Resident Evil 3. So I always wanted to just do the Jill Valentine look from Resident Evil 3. Probably the most casual look you can even think about. But I've always just sort of wanted to do that. And I'm probably going to do that for a little cosplay stream at some point. What else? Who else? I don't know about video game films, because you're getting into the realm of much more unrealistic outfits that you have to start commissioning, like armor and things like that. Princess Peach. Absolutely Princess Peach. You've probably seen that some of my stuff is pretty influenced by that kind of look, so Princess Peach definitely. Who else? I can't think of anybody at the moment, but, you know, if you suggested some names to me, I'd probably say, you know, yes to most of them. Who else? No, that's probably it. Lara Croft, Jill Valentine, Princess Peach, definitely. Would you ever get one of those head-to-toe bodysuits? If you're talking about Zentai suits, maybe not. I did look into them when I was looking at catsuits for different kinds of looks, but I don't like the way they look really. I'd rather get like a proper catsuit, and a head-to-toe bodysuit like with the hood as well. It sort of takes away your identity. I don't know if I would, that doesn't really interest me that much, I'm afraid. Sorry. So thanks for watching, folks. That's it for this month. Next month it won't be an AMA video. We're going to come back with a speech tips video. So for all you budding crossdressers out there and drag queens and things, hopefully you'll gain something from any tips I can give you, or how I achieved whatever voice this is. People seem to like it, so and keep asking me for tips and things. So I'm going to see if I can help you all out with that. And as always, this video is made possible by my wonderful Patreon backers. Go pledge to my Patreon, link below. The rewards from the Patreon include access to update posts, including sneak peeks of future outfits, voting on the next look that's going to be released, next photo set that's going to be released, access to full photo sets, and access to high-res versions of those photos. And I'm going to announce a new tier right now that I'm going to put up soon, which is getting a shout out in one of these videos. So head over there and check it out if you're interested in following along with me, and I will see all of you next time. So stay sexy and take it easy. I love you all, and I'll see you next time.